One other thing that we have to actually discuss, let people know, is how we form the endowment fund. The idea of endowment is not actually mine. It's actually about we were discussing and was talking about an endowment fund. But as a leader, when I get these things, I either amplify it, make it bigger, or finance, make it acceptable to our people. So after we spoke about endowment fund, and I went back and I was just thinking, I said, look, I would actually want an endowment fund that will be killing two birds with one stone. And that's an endowment fund that will take care of, that has a revolving fund for members. Then the part two will be endowment fund that have we're talking about the infrastructure of the school. Because I first feel that the association, and my own philosophy is I may be wrong, but I think the association is first and foremost for its members. But then when I started talking to people that had the money, that's where we had the endowment fund for 1 billion naira. And we said 500 revolving fund for members, 500 for infrastructure. But when I was talking to the people that will bring the money, and everybody was just, for the school, for the school, for the school, we're all different. When I looked at it, I said, if I'm talking about this revolving fund for our people, I might lose everything, so I kept that one. I know that sometime in the future, we also mature to that thing, because people have been saying that in their sets, they're only doing things for members. But why I was so particular about it was that there was a time I traveled abroad and I was talking to a Chinese, and he was telling me about the Chinese community in US. Then so he told me about they have this revolving fund. You bring your business ideas, experts will look at it, tear it apart, tell you how to make it workable. Some you be use your idea, you be on salary. They'll be keeping your books, teach you how to do your books, everything. You'll be on salary until about 2 years when they know that the money that was invested in, they have gotten it. Then you can now go on your own and you now start making it. So that was the idea I had. But you can't have everything. Like I said, when I got to become the global president, and my exiting now, I can only say that maybe I've done 30% of what I set out to do. So when people say, oh, Sheyi, your team and you guys have done this, I'll just laugh. I said, it was like actually that we are really, really ahead of our people, because, but this thing happened because we are building an association that would compete in the next 50 years. So we had the endowment fund. The seed to start this endowment fund was from the excess we had from the budget of planning the 50th anniversary. Then you talk of, as I said, some of these ideas are not mine, but I get inspired by them. Was the professional clusters. As of today, we have about 14 or 15 professional clusters. So we have for medical, we have for legal, we have for military and paramilitary, we have for finance, we have branding, we have NGOs and everything. So what it means that professionals in this space are coming together. This idea was actually gotten from a book I read about Israel. And the Israeli community says that $1 will go will move in that community 4 times before it goes out. So what we are saying that if you're a barber, you're a Jew, or wherever they are, they'll come and be barbing in your salon. They'll not go to a black man's home, they'll not go to an Irish home. So you are swelling your people. But that does not mean that the barber will be doing any barbing lacombs when it's meant to barb by James. You must be very good at your art. So that's where we are that professional this and that. Look, when there's employment opportunities within your professional ecosystem, you should bring it there. When there are important information, new invention and everything, bring it there. As I said, if you're a lawyer and you have a case in Sokoto, the filings, you don't need to go there. If you have somebody that is a lawyer within this scope in Sokoto, you don't need to fly. But you charge your client for flying and accommodation. But one of your guys there that you give a certain amount for, obviously, but don't be that expensive. That will do the filings for you. So when now comes to the proper presentation of the case, you will now go there. You save so much. And medical, I mean, and the thing is that we're a global community. Um, we have our doctors all over in South Africa, all over. So you can imagine the enormous resource that we have at our disposal. And that's why I expect that I'm in those 15 clusters, and say that maybe it's five of them are functioning the way we expect them to function. And I mean, it is not, and we are running it as professionals. We are not, it's not, you don't come and be bringing Tinubu, Abacha, or anybody did anything. It's just professional. It has to be something that has to do with the exception of Fridays, which is what we call like a freedom day. That Fridays you can now come in, can joke and everything. So when some people say that it's dull, I say we prefer it to be dull. If you want to ventilate or political things or any other thing, go to other platforms. But these are professional platforms. What we expect to be shared are things that are about your profession, development of your profession, opportunities in your profession. So that's why we are running. Then under that one, we also have the employment cluster. That's for people there. So every time you have what's it called, opportunities from anywhere, put it to the employment cluster. Then I can also say I think there's maybe it's a building. I think it's a building. When I was wondering that people were not really coming up to things what we expect them to do at the clusters. And somebody just called and say, don't cancel our clusters. Oh. I'm making so much money, but I'm not talking. I said, but you should give us testimonies that you're making money. So I was telling that there was this project in Lagos that the person that did the roofing, Federal Government College Kaduna, the person that did the building design, Federal Government College Kaduna, the person that brought the sand, Federal Government College Kaduna. This is what we are talking about. That's all of us helping ourselves. When there is opportunities, we call ourselves, we collaborate, and we make things work. So those are highlights. This thing we are joking with. When I took it to Sosa and said we are doing this, I can tell you that about 9 presidents called me to tell them how we're running our professional clusters. And they're running with it. And we started it. But they are not, they are now taking it to levels higher than us. So I want to see an association where we've all left school. There's nothing else. The best thing you can do is for the strong to leave the weak. If you are not there, but I'll tell people that God has a reason for us to go to the same school. And it's for that reason that we have to fulfill it. That if you are strong in an area, I don't like, I say the house I'm staying in now in Lekki. It was one of us when he was angry of his mortgage bank that gave me the mortgage. All the things in 10 years' time, maybe I'll not be able to get all the paper done. But he knew me. Was just telling his people that no, don't worry, she will bring this paper. Just give him this thing. She will bring this paper. Just allow him to do this. She will bring this paper. And after all said and done, I bought all the papers. So it's by virtue of my having one of my friends having my back. That's how I left mainland. I'm not saying that mainland is not this thing, but that's how I left mainland. And when you're talking about Lekki people now, Seyi Gambo is part of the people who's a Lekki man. So those are the opportunities that we expect our people. Then the opening of chapters. The opening of chapters was very important because I wanted to bring the association to the people. So you cannot just have chapters of Lagos and Abuja and Kaduna and you think you have chapters. So that's why we went to Benue. We opened a chapter there. That's why we went to US. We opened a chapter. We opened a chapter in Canada. We opened a chapter in Kano. We opened a chapter in Katsina. And which other place? I know South Africa. I'm waiting for us to come. But with this thing, we say have our work to do and everything, but I believe that we can't do it all. The our successors will also open these chapters. The chapter is not just up for there. It's just that look, when you have any challenge, the first place you go is your chapter. You know, like there's one of our seniors. There are about two of them. One a reputable lawyer, one a general, a retired general. Their kids wanted to do something abroad. I just made phone calls and our guys went to pick them up. And I told them that these are not funny people. I'm very sure that your children are okay, they are safe with them. You understand what I'm saying? So somebody comes into America and has immigration issues. There are people that have been in America for donkey years. They should be able to tell you, okay, this is what you should do, this is what you should do, this is what you should do. We are not going to be, the association is not going to be a covering for people who are doing things that are wrong. You should know that one. No, the place can be convenient for you, to come and hide and be doing funny things. If you know you are funny, they expose you. This is not the first time we are doing it. I can, there are many people that face panels, yeah, disciplinary panels, and I'm not afraid to say it that where they are found wanting. We told them there was a memo that we wrote when one of us was misbehaving because that is not who we are. That is not the representation of the Nigeria we want. So if you fall foul, no matter how close you are to me, I will expose you. Don't say that because the president is your global president, is your party, your classmate, or your friend, or your godfather, or your school father, or anything. When you cross that line, there are some things we can overlook. But there are some things that affects the foundation of who we are, affects our branding, affects the philosophy of unity schools. We're not shy away from bringing it to the floor. I don't care who, I've said it, new songs is God. I know that there's some sets that are not happy with me, but God sees my heart. All the things we are doing is for everybody. One person, there's one person that went to go and take something that God said they should not take. The whole nation, the whole nation nearly perish because of that. No, I'll not be part of it. So that's how we've been running. That's how we had the chapters, and that's why we're putting some discipline on it. Thank you so much for again listening to this series. And my name is Seyi Gambo, and I expect that you join us in the future series we are going to look. Thank you, guys.